Good afternoon. It is Chris Chen. It is your This Week in Real Estate, and it is one of my favorite episodes to do. It is your 2026 housing forecast. So October is the month that typically we see the most housing forecasts come out from, like Zillow and Realtor.com and Redfin, as well as the California Association of Realtors. I look at many forecasts to see what everybody is saying. And we have a real strong consensus of where people think the market is going to go for next year. And that's kind of nowhere. We're seeing that they're going to, the economists and predictors are all saying that we're going to see about the same interest rates as we had in 2025. They think that it'll be a little bit lower. Our average will be in the 6 range, probably the low 6, and that we may see rates go into the 5 range at the end of the year, but not for the first half. That is the reason why, because at the latest Fed meeting, they were talking about inflation and they were talking about the GDP growth, and that there wasn't a lot of concern about lowering rates even further. So until we see something change dramatically on the Fed's stance on interest rates, we're probably going to see interest rates for 30-year mortgages remain pretty stable as well. Second thing is housing prices and housing sales. Sales are numbers of units sold. Prices are how much people are getting for the thing. So we're seeing, when they talk about sales growth, it's about number of units. When they talk about median price or price growth, it is how much people are getting for their homes. So collectively, between Realtor.com, Redfin, Zillow, the Mortgage Bankers Associations, and Realtor.com, that ranges somewhere between 1% and 4% growth for both sales and the number of homes sold and price growth. So we're seeing that we'll probably see somewhere in that mid 2% range for growth of sales. So we're going to see, like in what we saw this year in California, again, one of the lowest homes sold at 270,000 approximately. They're only looking to get maybe another 5,000 or 6,000 homes sold next year. So not a lot of change. Similarly, they're saying that we're going to see price growth in that same range. California Association of Realtors is higher at 3.6%. I don't think it's going to get there. I think we're going to be probably more modest, again, at that 2% number. But 2025 in our area, in Napa and Sonoma, we saw a slight decrease in prices, but they're predicting that we're going to see a slight increase for next year. But again, in that probably about 2% range. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, 2025 is going to be 2026 is going to look a lot like 2025. Please let me know what your plans are, and let me know how we can help. Thanks so much. And don't forget, our Toys for Tots event is December 4th at the Masonic Lodge. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.